You close your eyes for some time and imagine you're someone who is a victim of an accident, in which you get lost along with a boat in the world's largest ocean, like the Pacific Ocean, which is spread in 165 million square kilometers. And in this vast ocean, there's nobody of your own. Neither do you have food to eat, nor water to drink. And you can't drink the ocean's water because it's too salty. And you don't have any equipment which will take you back. You don't know where you're in the ocean, and where you want to go. Many big vessels pass from nearby, but none of them spotted you. You're surviving of the mere hope that someone will come and rescue me. But no one comes there. Now you can open your eyes, and thank God that this was just an imagination. But the story that I'm going to narrate to you today, it is not any imagination, but a real-life story. And after hearing this story, you'll get goosebumps. And this story is of Joe Salvador Alvarenga, who is a very good fisherman. The story is of November 17, 2012. This is the date when Alvarenga left a small village in Mexico, and got down in deep waters to catch fish. And let me tell you that the waters in which he got down were nothing but world's biggest ocean, the Pacific Ocean. And this ocean is so big that, even if all the amount of land, deserts, snow, rivers, lakes, and waterfalls on this earth are brought together, then too they all can't match the vastness of this ocean. At that time, along with Alvarenga, one of his friends was also there. And Alvarenga's job was that they'll leave for 30 hours to catch fish. And accordingly, they had carried food and water with them. But destiny had something else in mind. For some time, everything went according to plan. But then a dangerous storm knocked. Initially, there was a light wind, and little rainfall, but Alvarenga ignored it and kept going forward. But little did Alvarenga know that how much this risk was going to cost him. When the wind got stronger, Alvarenga understood that a very dangerous storm was coming his way. Alvarenga turned his boat and started returning to where he came from. But by then, it was too late, and both of them were victims of the storm. Alvarenga ran his boat at full speed, and somehow, by fighting the storm, he was about to reach his destination, and that's when the fuel of his boat ran out. And another bad thing was that they had no oars to run the boat. And the waves changed their direction, and again pushed them in the dangerous direction. They had no other option. They had just the last hope, which was their radio, through which they could contact the team. But by the time they get some response, the battery of their radio runs out, and so does their last hope. They don't know now which direction their destination is in. And now they've come 400 kilometers from their destination. The ocean was so big, their boat so small, not even the rescue team could find them. From bad to worse, what happened to them was, whatever food they had brought with them, whatever fishes they had caught, all that they had thrown into the ocean so that the boat could run faster. They were getting restless due to hunger, and the condition forced them to do the thing which they wouldn't even dream of doing. With their hand, they caught sea animals, and ate them raw only. And to fulfill their thirst, they would drink rainwater. But when there were no traces of rain for long, at that time, you won't believe it, but they drank animal blood in their own urine. It's difficult for us to even imagine the mental torture they were going through. And somehow they spent 4 months, but Alvarenga's friend couldn't bear this torture, and he died. Now Alvarenga was left all alone. He had no one to talk to. He was struggling all alone. Spending each day got more mad, more difficult. He had no work to do. The body day was deteriorating from sitting in one place. He'd watch the stars at night, and think that if only someone came here and rescued me. But nobody would come there. 6 months had passed. Now Alvarenga had come to the center of Pacific Ocean, the world's largest ocean. He did not know where he was, and what had happened to him and when. He too has almost lost his will to live. But one day he saw a big ship. But due to the boat being small, and lack of a flare gun, the people on the ship couldn't spot that boat. Alvarenga shouted a lot and did a lot of gesture, but no one saw him. And the hope that he had got after 6 months, died again. Many aeroplanes too went from above Alvarenga, but he had nothing with him to give a single to them. Alvarenga was at a distance of 1,000 kilometers from his village. He completely left himself in the hands of God. With time, many ships passed around him. With time, he felt the movements of many ships, but nobody came forward to help and rescue him. Alvarenga hadn't died, but his condition was no less than that of a dead man. It was Alvarenga's will to live that, despite bearing all this torture, for 400 plus days, made him survive. And in this difficult time, Alvarenga had made such a world record that, in this whole world, no one would even want a break despite wishing for it. Surviving in the ocean, without any source, for 400 plus days. And finally, After 438 days, on 30th of January 2014, he saw an island for the first time. And as soon as he spotted it, it was as if a dead body get life. The island was 10 to 15 kilometers away from him. He gave it his all force, and steered his boat towards that island. It was good that he saw this island because the next closest island was about 5,000 kilometers away. As soon he reached that island, he set foot on land for the first time in 438 days. But due to sitting for so many days in one place, he wasn't able to walk properly. His eyesight too had become weaker. He set foot on the island, and creoled and moved a bit ahead, as if he had started hating the sea. And then he became unconscious there. And when he gained consciousness, he found the island's local guards around him. The guards contacted the team, and they told them about Alvarenga. Alvarenga was sent back to his country. When Alvarenga reached back to his family, everyone's eyes were left wide open. Because everyone had accepted the fact that Alvarenga was no more, and his family get more happiness. So this was the story of a person who, for 400 plus days, survived in the ocean, solely on the strength of his hope. What do we get to learn from this story? That what all can a man do? He had nothing, yet he survived 400 plus days. And that too when he had nothing. No food, no water, nothing to save him from heat/cold. Because when there's a will inside a man for doing something, then no matter what the circumstances are, they cannot beat that man. Whatever things the circumstances force us to do, we'll do them. And things won't be as bad as Alvarenga with you, right? Everything bad happened to him, except that he didn't die. Other than that, all the bad things happened to him. He suffered so much torture for 438 days. So no matter how the circumstances are, remember this story once. And then you'll know how much better your circumstances are. You're trapped just because of yourself. If you liked this real-life story, then don't forget to share it. And subscribe and become a part of our community. Because when you subscribe our channel you are not become only subscriber, you're become my friend. So thank you so much for watching.